You look so pretty.
Let me take this.
Oh. No, I wanted to finish.
Oh God, tell me the letters got crossed. Oh God, the letters got crossed, didn't they?
It's fine.
Oh.
I'll get you some Pedialyte.
What's interesting is
Worried about running into Conrad.
Belly's scared to be there, but Susanna
speaking
hates
to
that
you.
she's there with
He's
her
not
like
here
this.
Today. That boy doesn't tell me anything. Prom didn't go as we'd hoped.
We don't have to talk about it. It's not important.
It is important. You're my treasure.
He broke up with me.
He's having a really hard time with all this. Please don't let him push you away. He needs you. He loves you, you know?
No, he doesn't.
He does. Do you love him?
Here's our Taylor.
Look after him. Oh, you do that?
Oh God.
Come here, honey. Don't lie down. You're my special girl, Belly.
Jeremiah.
Oh my God, this song.
You'll come back together, I promise.
Me and Jer, or me and Conrad.
All of you. To each other. I love you, Belly.
I love you too.
Oh, I don't think we've ever seen her say that. Susanna say I love you felt so final.
Yeah.
The pacing of this show is just great.
Yeah, kicking your fam in the face. Yeah, and I know you think I'm amusing. I know you.
I love that we get to hear this. Getting even with Steven!
Meanwhile, you're gunning for mine.
I thought we were just joking. It's our thing. Taylor, Tay, I won't keep texting you. I think I saw the 3 dots, but nothing came through. Oh, Steven, babe.
Okay. I got a rhyme, I'm getting even with Steven, okay.
It's kind of a bop, I'm not gonna lie. Thank you for that. I needed that. I needed something to bring me out of that.
See your face. I wanted us to be happy. I wanna quit moving. No one can see me like you do.
Imagine he went to go get coffee or something. There he is.
Hey.
She used to being
thought you
abandoned by
left.
Conrad, so she
I just went
assumed
to get
Jeremiah just
breakfast.
booked
I figured
it.
you'd be hungry, so just know there won't be a repeat of last summer. Okay, I want you to be happy.
He thinks she's choosing Conrad.
Hey, look at me. What am I thinking?
I don't know.
I think the song just told you. I want to be happy, I want to. They dropped the Beyonce on us. Okay, you two. I'm sorry, Bonrads, but their kiss their kisses are like, woo.
Hey, can we talk?
Yeah.
Let me go first. Last night, I was pissed about you and Jer, but I don't want to get between you guys anymore. So I just want you to know that whatever I said, I didn't mean it. We're friends.
I can't even be mad at him.
Wait, we need some clarification. You didn't mean all of the things that you said when you were being a jerk? Or you didn't mean all of the things you said when you were being a jerk, including the fact that you said that you still wanted her last night? Did you not think that she was listening? You knew she was listening, right? That's why you were saying it. Are you taking that back? We need clarification. We need strict lines of clarification in this situation.
This is who he's always been. He never lied about that.
So she just thinks he's
He
taking it
gives,
back.
and then he takes away. I evict you from my heart. Yeah. Friends.
Oh my God.
I can see you standing.
You should take it.
We've done this before.
Doesn't feel like last time.
What song is this? I like
No,
this.
I was just about to go back to Cousins.
Are you sure? Because, I have to go back and swap cars anyways.
You can just take my car. See you guys at the 4th of July? Yeah, I'll be there.
Wouldn't miss Susanna's favorite holiday.
Taylor, where did you come from?
Make sure she gets back safe.
You don't get any hugs or anything?
So I'm leaving at the side door.
Swifties, what is this? What is the song? I like it. Who is this? Oh, babe. I don't like that. It still didn't feel like closure. I don't like that. I'm releasing you.
Bailing on me last night and then ignoring my texts?
No.
Oh, cool. Wow, awesome. Thanks.
Wait. I'm sorry, okay? I just got freaked out.
Embarrass you in front of Evelyn and them?
Yes.
Why?
Steven, I had a crush on you for a really long time.
Oh, they're
And
her
I didn't
friends.
tell
They're being
anyone about it. Like, I
protective.
didn't even tell Belly how much I liked you, Steven. It was too much for me. Ditched me. I was still just like, hey, I like you. It was like, I felt really stupid.
Yeah, I could see that.
I've just cared too much, and it's really scary.
Oh, Taylor.
You're going to college soon, and I don't want to be hurt by you.
It's not gonna happen. If anything, you're gonna be the one that's breaking my heart. Not the other way around.
Oh, yay! We get one happy ending. Staler?
Team
No.
Staler.
Ah! I don't know. It doesn't. Staler.
Yeah, 1000%.
That's a good kiss too. Nice. Oh, look at that. A couple that we could actually feel like satisfied and comfortable and good with. Oh my god, if they pull away and they just see Conrad
driving
crying
me.
on the side of the hotel, I'm
Literally
gonna cry.
anytime.
Kitty
I have
therapy.
no idea how long I
Bean.
wanted to do this.
Oh my god.
How did you get Cheeto dust in the air
Therapy.
vents?
You're exaggerating. No, it was the blue raspberry icy that I spilled.
Nice choice.
Are
It's
you-
mine too. Blue raspberry.
You keep
Yeah,
light.
keep telling yourself that. Oh, Belly's here. Team Jellyfish.
All right.
I'll celebrate with Taylor.
Hey, Jay.
Coco's like, me? Beans?
Hey, man.
What?
I knew that you would show, but I'm still so freaking proud of you.
Watch it go in action.
I'm no one's girl but my own. And we're just like, we're not really that couple.
Call me later.
Steven, stay. Bean, you got hair all over me. I really love you.
Lighten the rest of
A small price to pay for love,
Killer Bee's back!
as we've seen.
My commitment to the team was nowhere near where it should have been. And I won't make excuses for that. I let you down. I was just too ashamed. I gave up on the team because I gave up on myself. Please, I will ride the bench.
Taylor's
I will
like, yep, that's my
carry
bestie.
equipment. I'll refill everyone's
That's
Gatorade. I
right.
will do anything.
Team
All right,
says yes.
but I'm gonna hold you to it, okay? Yes. Go. Go ahead, warm up. Enough, Belly. To the room. Let's go.
Aww, so we get to see Belly in her element of volleyball. Wait, they have bad on their shirts? I don't
I
think
used
that's
to picture
legal.
forever. It was always with the same boy.
Aw, he's putting everything back. Ah, there he
This
is.
isn't the way I pictured it. The future is unclear, but it's still mine.
The future's unclear, but it's still hers. What do we choose to put it on is the question. Should we... Oh, you know, I know what we're gonna choose. We're gonna give someone else the limelight for once, okay? Me too. I like everything about them.
Staler.
Staler. Staler sounds like it's stale. Like you don't want it. But it's fine. If they confirmed it, it's fine. All right, we're leaving it on that because it was like the happiest thing that happened in this episode without objection. I feel right. I like how I ask questions like I expect somebody in a little bubble of my screen to be like, yes, Jessie. All right, there you have it. Episode 8, the finale of season 2, Love Triangle. And whoo, what an episode. That was so good. And that was such an amazing finale. We had a lot of insane moments, but we had a lot of great ones too. And so this is really hard to dissect here. Okay, because we have a bunch of situations that were really positive, but also kind of still left without closure to a certain extent. Let's get this out of the way because, again, it's the happiest, it's the most exciting, it's positive. We have the birth of Stellar. Everybody give a little round of applause. Stellar. I love Steven and Taylor, and everything that I have seen thus far in the comments of my page and other people's, everybody loves Taylor. Everybody loves Steven and Taylor. And I understand Taylor's hesitation with the whole situation because, yes, Steven broke her heart last year. And yes, it was in a context that we all didn't quite understand fully, considering how little we really knew about Taylor and her emotions towards Steven and how she felt about the whole situation. Like, I feel like a lot of us, myself included at one point, felt like Taylor was just swooping in, hooking up with Steven, even though he had a girl, and it was just kind of weird. And that whole episode, if you remember, was just like, Taylor, like, chill out. Like, she freaking was going off the rails in that episode. That was basically our introduction to Taylor. So to understand her character a little bit more this season, to see Steven evolve into the person he is now, to get these deep, intimate moments, not only with Steven, but with Belly, and just, again, understand her more as a character is really great. I love the growth of Taylor in this season and Steven, and the fact that they are brought together through this is great. Fantastic twist of having the actual song played by Milo. Oh my god, I love it. When they said that they made an entire, not only disc track, but a disc album, I was like, I need to hear this whole thing. Like, I'm not kidding. The Summer I Turned Pretty, if you want to release that as an actual album, I'm here for it. But Getting Even with Steven was a great song. I'm not gonna lie, it was bop. But I feel bad for Steven, but it doesn't matter. He got the girl. Who cares? Who cares? So I love this. I think this is fantastic. And I am so excited to see it grow in season 3. We have these beautiful moments with Laurel. We have one with Steven in the car where he's kind of like, what's going on? And how's your life going? And, oh, you have friends now? And, oh, this is so great. I love all these little cutesy moments with her and Steven. It really just shows how much the relationship with her kids have grown throughout this season, considering everything that they've been in, and how much she needs them just as much as they need her. We even have her say in the last episode to Belly, I needed to be there for you, and I needed to let someone be there for me. And I think that she's starting to do that now, and I love that. We have Cleveland meeting her at the bar, but not us physically seeing Cleveland. He invites her to this bar. She's a little hesitant to go. She doesn't know how it's gonna go, and she's thinking that everyone's gonna be kind of like snooty or look down on her, and it's the complete opposite. It is the complete opposite. This girl immediately approaches her, says, Cleveland told me to keep an eye out for you, which I think is adorable and I love. It shows how important she is to him. And this girl is like, I am your biggest fan. I love you. I've read all of your works. I am intimidated as by you. And this makes Laurel giggle, and she gets a little more comfortable with the situation, and she falls right into place as she should. She opens up to these people. She reads passages from her book. She talks about Susanna, all things that she has stated in the past, in past episodes, that were very extremely hard for her to do. And she does it, and she's doing it with a smile, and I love it. I just think that was so great. We also get a really nice conversation with her and Belly on the way in, and she says something very important, and I pointed it out and paused in my reaction, where she says, are you thinking about what you had or what you want in the future, like what you could have in the future? And again, I think that's a very, very important thing that I always circle back to within myself or with my friends that are having relationship problems. Whenever I was in a difficult relationship, at the end of it all, I thought, am I holding on to things that were good memories? Or am I holding on to situations that are currently happening that I want to evolve? Am I thinking this was so good because of this, this, and this? Or am I thinking this is good because of this and this and where it's going to go? It's easier said than done. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't always take my own advice, but that is the best advice to give and take, is don't hold on to the past. You gotta hold on to what is currently happening and think of how it can change in the future in a positive light. And this still doesn't necessarily clear things up for Belly that much, which is sad because she is going through a rough time, right? We're trying to figure out where our heart is going. We are in the mind of a teenage girl. So as much as I keep saying anti-Belly this and anti-Belly that, I gotta give Belly a little bit of credit because she's a teenager. She is figuring all of this out. These are her first loves. And unfortunately, it just so happens to be with her two best friends, her childhood friends, and they are brothers. It's a sticky situation. It's crazy, but it is what it is. So we have these really interesting perspectives from Conrad's perspective. We have him. The episode immediately starts with him leaving the school, all happy on his high horse. He immediately knows that he passed the test. He's getting into the college. He calls Steven. He's all excited. Steven gives him a pep talk. We're going to go tell Belly. And then he sees Jeremiah and Belly kissing. And he snaps into old Conrad mode. It is terrifying seeing him like this. It really is terrifying seeing Conrad in this reckless kind of evil way that he has about himself. But I get it. Because again, I have been there and I have reacted to situations like that. I'm not saying that it's the appropriate way to act, but I was a teenager once and I reacted like that. So like, I get it. I get why he's reacting like that. I get why he feels like that. It's also one thing to hear it is happening, but to see it happening, and again, I'm sorry, but Jelly's kisses, like the way that they kiss, it's like they want to devour each other. Like they haven't seen each other in 500 years and this is the first time they're ever kissing. It is fiery. It is steamy. And so to walk in on that and see that, oh, that's hurtful. It's so painful. So this whole ride that we have is just absolutely bonkers. He's making all these comments. He's making everybody feel really uncomfortable. I want to give credit to Jeremiah for not snapping. I totally feel like he could have been like, shut the f- up, Conrad, and like freaked, and he didn't. He's just breathing, he's calming himself, he's trying to stay collected, and he does. And we have this weird situation at the motel where there's one bed, and so they end up both sleeping on the floor. Belly gets the bed, and we have them each on one side, and so poetically have Belly placed in the middle. And what do I do? Do I go to Conrad? Do I go to Jeremiah? Which way do I go? But I think this shot is really interesting, and it has to be intentional because the shadow is so pronounced on her pillow. Her going to Jeremiah, going to Conrad, going in the middle, and her shadow is just face towards Jeremiah. I really feel like it was a statement that they were trying to say that she is just tired of the situation with Conrad. And she kind of says this. She kind of says this because we have this conversation with Jeremiah and Conrad where he's like, listen, I want to be with her. I never stopped loving her. But you guys need to have a conversation. You can't just keep telling me, oh, it is what it is. She doesn't love me. She wants you. She picked you. No, like freaking talk it out. Have the feelings out in the open so that I know that my heart is safe going into this. If there is still a chance of a maybe, I want to give the chance. I don't want there to always have a chance be hanging over my head, which I, again, really respect Jeremiah for the maturity and how he is handling this situation. It is a fair thing to say. I was just talking about this in another reaction. I was doing Big Time Rush and we were talking about relationships, and there's a situation that happens in the show, but my situation was when I was in high school, I really liked this guy, and he had, like, not like a crush, but he thought that one of my friends was cute, and so he asked me, he goes, can you ask your friend what she thinks about me? And so I'm like, oh my god, but I like him, so I did, and the girl was like, I think he's really cute, and now I'm like, what do I do? What the hell do I do? Do I say that to him? Do I tell him that? Or do I just lie? And my dumb teenage ass pulled a Belly and I lied. And I was like, oh, she said she's not really into you. And I completely lied. And then we ended up dating for like a year and a half, and it completely blew up in my face later. Things happened between the two of them, and I got my heart broken, and then I actually admitted that like that whole thing was a lie, and like it was a messy situation. And he was like, why would you keep that from me? And I was like, well, I know better now, I shouldn't have. And it was just it was not good. So my point is, you don't ever want to enter a relationship with somebody when their feelings or their eyes or their brain, whatever it is somewhere else and not with you. It's not healthy. It's not safe. Someone is going to get hurt if that happens. So again, Jeremiah is smart. He's being smart about this. So we have Conrad, now this is where things get shaky. Conrad is on the floor. He says, Belly, everything I said wasn't true. I still want you. And now we have this situation where Belly doesn't respond. Conrad's kind of assuming that she is awake and hears this, which she is, and she does, because we have the comment, not in the last episode, but the one before that Conrad says Jeremiah could sleep through a monsoon. So we know that Jeremiah is not awake. So the next day, when we have this conversation with first Jeremiah and Belly, Jeremiah going to get breakfast, Belly freaking out and panicking because he's not there. And I think this is really symbolic too. Let me know if you think I'm wrong in this. But I feel like she has been abandoned by Conrad in so many different ways that she is like having PTSD from this relationship, and she's like, oh my God, Jeremiah booked it. Not in addition to that, it is fair to say that Jeremiah just completely disappeared off the face of the earth at the end of the last summer. However, it was after he said, I don't want to be contacted. I need my space. You and Conrad do whatever the hell it is that you want. Do your thing. So she's abandonment issues. It's fair. Jeremiah comes and, assumes that she is probably going to pick Conrad and assures her that it's not going to be a repeat if she does. And she kisses him. And then once again, we have this fiery, steamy kiss between the two of them, right? You can't deny that the chemistry and the connection is there and it should be explored. Just as much as we're saying that, like, oh, well, you shouldn't enter a relationship with someone if you still have feelings for someone else, if you still have feelings for Conrad, that's also not fair to not explore that side of things if you do have feelings for Jeremiah. So we have Belly go to Conrad and they both agree to talk. And then we have classic Conrad that's kind of grown up a little bit because he is willing to have a conversation. He does want to talk about it, but we have classic Conrad taking it all back, right? He says, everything that I said yesterday, I didn't mean. We are friends. So now, what is your opinion on that? I don't even want to call it a conversation. Is what he said to her when she was in bed and he said, Belly, everything I said yesterday it wasn't true. I do still want you. Is that included in the everything I said I didn't mean? Is that included? Because to say everything I said yesterday I didn't mean, we are friends, is a little freaking frustrating because we have this conversation again with Jeremiah and Conrad where Jeremiah's like, if you love her, you need to tell her. So like technically he did, but it wasn't a face-to-face conversation. It wasn't how the conversation should have went. Then you have him saying, I take everything back. We are friends. Like what? What is going on? What happened? That wasn't the way it should have went. He should have sat her down. He should have looked her in the eye. He should have told her, I'm still in love with you. But now we have him looking her in the eye and saying, I take everything back. We are friends. So I don't necessarily blame Belly when she says, okay, here he goes again. He can't help it. This is him. And I release you from, what did she say? I evict you from my heart, Conrad. I evict you from my heart. I don't blame her because once again, I have been in those situations too, where I was involved with somebody and no matter how many things that they did to prove that they liked me or wanted to be with me, they never flat out said, I want to be with you. I like you. So you can't just base these moments off of assumptions that you guess they like you. It's not fair to you. They're not being fair to themselves. It's not an honest relationship. Again, that's not how you want to start a relationship. So I don't blame Belly for saying, then I evict you from my heart. That's it. We literally had in the middle of this season a whole conversation or a whole fight rather over her saying, if I knew that you went to Jeremiah and you were fighting for me, I would have fought for you. I would have fought for us. It would have changed everything. So it's like, here's your moment, Conrad. Here's your moment. Do you want to fight for her? Do you want to do this? Do you want to be with her? No matter what her answer is or how she might feel, this is your chance to show that you want to fight for her and be with her. You got to jump. Are you going to jump? No, you're going to stand there. Okay, well, that's your choice. What I don't like about this is that it still doesn't give closure. here we are again. Still no closure. We still didn't really have that conversation. We still didn't really get closure on that situation. We still really don't know what Belly's reaction to that would have been, or what her answer would have been. However, we kind of, again, technically do, because he said it when she was in bed. She did hear it, and she did still, knowing that, pick Jeremiah and then have the conversation with Conrad. So it is what it is at this point. It's just, I hate the conversation with Jeremiah and Conrad. It broke my heart, where Jeremiah is saying, I can't do this. I can't do this unless I know for sure. And I think it's really interesting when Conrad accuses Belly of kissing Jeremiah to get at him. I really feel like Belly wasn't doing that, but deep down inside, unintentionally, she is 80% kissing Jeremiah because she wants to, and 20% kissing Jeremiah because she needs to get over him, and this is the greatest way to do it, right? So I just think that it's fair of Conrad to, it's mean, but it's fair of Conrad to say, I like that Jeremiah didn't pursue that, but I do think it's interesting that Belly felt the need to clarify to Jeremiah that that's not what she was doing, almost as if it was kind of on her mind too. Again, maybe unintentionally, but maybe the feelings were there. I think that she was kissing Jeremiah, again, one, because she really did want to, and two, because she needs to get over Conrad. She needs to break herself away from this. Because again, her saying, I'm evicting you from my heart, this is him, he can't help it, it is what it is, isn't her saying, I am no longer in love with you. If you remember all of the times, if you think back to all the times when she's talking about this, she doesn't say, I don't love him anymore. She keeps saying, I will let him go. This is the last time I will help him. I will evict him from my heart. Acknowledging that he's still very much so in there. It's not like he left, but she's gonna let him go. So we'll have to see if that happens. So it's very, very weird situation. I also love the conversation that we had with Taylor and Steven of them fighting each other, of Bonrad and Jelly, and it was really interesting to see them kind of banter about it. And I like that Taylor pointed out, hey, you're Jeremiah's friend too. Did you forget that? I said this in the last episode, I think the last and the one before that. I understand that Steven wants to be there for Conrad. They kind of bonded really heavily this summer, which is great, or this summer, which is nice because Conrad really needed someone, and I think it was good for their friendship and their growth. However, we got no scenes with Jeremiah and Steven. Not one. So you can't say oh, well, maybe it happened and we just didn't see it. Not one freaking scene do I remember. And if I am wrong, I stand corrected. Let me know in the comments. But we did not get one freaking scene with Steven having a conversation with Jeremiah over how he felt, or, what his feelings were, or what he went through. We have Belly blatantly stating in the, second episode at the party that I was in love with them, with both of them. Steven acknowledges that it's both of them being absent, including Belly. Belly acknowledges that it's both of them having an issue with her and her heart, but not once do we see Steven talk to Jeremiah. We only saw him talk to Conrad, and it is a little weird. Taylor even says, Jeremiah, I get that Conrad is your very, very good best friend, but Jeremiah is your best friend. Why were you so absent? So I think that's a little crazy on Steven's part too, to not be there for Jeremiah and only be there for Conrad. But I think that also has to do with the fact that Steven saw couple Belly and Conrad and didn't see couple Jeremiah and Belly. So maybe it just sticks out in his mind more, but regardless, it was an interesting conversation to have. We have Conrad, we leave him, poor baby, sitting on the side of the motel, crying, not in a good place. I don't love that they left him. I also am a little disappointed in Belly for knowing about his panic attacks and not making sure that he is okay. I understand it's not her job, but also feel like that is something that she should have addressed with him. Are you sure you're going to be okay? I know that these situations could sometimes come on really, really strong, and I don't want to leave you alone like this. As everything, of course he would have lied anyway, but still, like, I just don't love that they are letting so few characters in on this secret, if you will. Like, Cleveland knows. We have Steven finding out this season. We have Conrad mentioning it to Belly. No one else really knows, though. I don't think we had a conversation with Conrad and Jeremiah about it either, right? Because we had a conversation about Stanford. We had a conversation about, other things and them not being honest and needing to talk and blah, 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 blah. But we never really actually had, maybe I'm not remembering correctly, but I don't think we had Conrad verbally saying to Jeremiah, I have these panic attacks. They get really bad. So Belly, being one of 3 people that knows, don't love that she is not really addressing that or keeping that in her mind. It's still just like me and my problems. And like, maybe you should acknowledge that. So we have these flashbacks with Susanna that were really beautiful and also tragically sad. She is really, really sick in this one. And we'd still have this beautiful talk of, please watch out for Conrad, which I also think is really interesting because we have the Jeremiah and Susanna conversation where she's like, my beautiful baby, my sunshine boy, you always just like hide and don't tell people how you're really hurting. But why did Susanna not include Jeremiah in that when she says, look out for him? I thought that was interesting. She does, however, say, when Belly says, like, for me and Conrad or me and Jeremiah, and she says, for all of you. I thought that was beautiful, where it's like, whatever happens, if you end up with Jeremiah, if you end up with Conrad, if you end up with neither of them, whatever happens, just know in the future that your friendship and your love for each other is so strong. It is eventually, in the future, going to get to a place where all of you are okay with each other because that is who you are. You need each other. And I thought that was beautiful. It's so sad that we had Jared walk in on that. It was really, really tragic. Another interesting thing is Laurel propping up the pillows and acting like a nurse kind of, and Susanna like snapping at her like it's fine. I think it's playing off the fact that we have Belly say, as she was walking in, I hate myself for being scared, and that's a normal reaction. When you see somebody that you love in a state like that, you're going to be scared, you're going to be nervous, you're not going to know how to feel because it's new and it's terrifying. But to see that Susanna was feeling that on that level too, of like, stop treating me like a sick person, like this making this situation awkward. It's already awkward for me for you to have to see me like this and for her to have to see me like this, like just stop. It kind of humanizes her because in season 1, I feel like thought of Susanna as this like magical little fairy of a butterfly that just like floated around in happiness and was perfect. And in this season, hello, Cocoa Bean. In this season, we definitely get to see a more human side of Susanna with the fight with her sister, her lashing out a little bit, all these conversations that we normally didn't get with her. And it was just really interesting to see, and I liked that. So at the end, we have Belly going to the volleyball coach and begging for her spot back on the team. And I think that we ended in a good spot with this. Her saying, listen, like, I'm sorry. I didn't, trust the team because I didn't trust myself. You believe in myself. And that was the main problem. And you can make me the water girl. You can make me clean gear. I'll do whatever I have to prove to you that I really do want to be here and this is where I should be. And the team says yes, they forgive her, of course, as good friends do. And the coach forgives her and lets her back on. She's happily playing volleyball at the end. And she says, the future might be unsure, but I know that it's mine. And that is the conclusion of season 2. Cocoa Bean. Do we miss anything, Beanie? Do we miss anything, Beans? Let's see. Oh my god, the roommate. What the hell? Like, Conrad's roommate was such a jerk. He's like, could you blame her? Look at those eyes. I mean, he wasn't wrong, but I don't think I missed anything aside from the fact that I really want frozen custard now. Actually, I don't love frozen custard. I like frozen yogurt. I really love pliables. That's my new addiction. I'm like pliable out the wazoo. Excuse me, Bean. Yeah, I think we got everything. We also didn't necessarily. Well, yeah, no, we did. Like, I like when Jeremiah's like, you can watch your girl play, and she's like, I'm nobody's girl but my own. I'm like, well, you just gave yourself a ship name, so I feel like that's set in stone. Like, they're a couple, right? They're gonna be a thing. They're a couple. Oh, I know, Beanie. You want attention. I gave an hour and a half to the summer I turned pretty. I need to give attention to you now. All right. Overall, fantastic season. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Don't get me wrong. I might say, like, oh, this is frustrating. Oh, anti-belly. Oh, what the heck is going on? This is crazy. Why is this happening? This is insane. But I love every second of it. It is so exciting. We're here for the drama, right? We're here for the ride. It was so much fun. All the flashbacks, all the new characters. I loved everything about it. It was perfect. I can't think of anything that I would really change or I would have liked to see more of. We had such resolution to certain issues, such as like the father issue, Adam making good on being an actual parent. We have, and Julia actually coming around and creating a relationship with them. Sky, we get to see. Cam Cameron, hopefully it's coming back. Interesting about Cam Cameron, last comment, because I'm literally losing my voice. I'm talking so much. I saw a short on YouTube with Cam Cameron, and the actor said that apparently, now I've never read the books. I think I'm going to read the first two, though, now, because people are saying it's safe to go up to the second one, and I don't want to be spoiled for the show, and since it is very different, not very different, but pretty different with the characters and the way they're taking them, I feel safe reading the first two books. So I'm going to read the first two, but apparently Cam Cameron is not a big character, if a character at all, in the books. And he did not think that he was going to be back for season 2. He thought it was like season 1, that's it, we're done. He apparently got a call from Jenny Han and was like, we want to do something with your character. We want you to come back for season 2, because I guess everybody liked him so much and they liked that whole character of Cameron. And so I love that they incorporated him with Sky, because I loved Sky. I thought that character was really great. They were fun, and I hope to see them back next season. And so to explore that relationship too will be really fun. But what else, Coco Bean? I love that we still had Susanna in it, Cleveland and Laurel. I want to see more of that next season. All right, I guess we're done, right, Bean? 2 Bean paws up. We're a fan. Oh, look at all the hair of yours, Coco. We're a fan of The Summer I Turned Pretty. I cannot wait to text my friend Ashley about this. I'm uploading this. I'm going to text her and be like, did you watch? Where are you? What's going on? Ashley from the Always the Last Snow podcast. Her and her friend Katie are fantastic. Check them out. That's my little plug for them. But that's it. I love all of you. Thank you for joining me on this season 2 journey. All of the reactions are fully unedited. Oh, Coco fell. Coco Quake. All of the reactions are fully unedited on Patreon, as are the reactions for season 1. So if you are interested in them, go check it out. I will 1000% be reacting to season 3, which is already confirmed. And I swear I'm going to get to those cake videos. I'm going to get to those cake videos. I promise. Probably on TikTok, but we'll have to see. And don't forget to check down in the description for your Cousins Beach merch. But until the next reaction, so long, everyone. Try and make someone smile today. You never know when they might need it next. Bye. Bye, everybody. It was fun. Maybe I'll do live stream. We'll talk about this